Hey guys, welcome back to Making It. Today we're gonna be making some beef jerky. Really easy, delicious, supermarket ingredients. Spicy, sweet, shelf stable. All right, I'm gonna teach you how to make the perfect beef jerky. At home, all you need is a dehydrator, some simple ingredients, and it's a home run derby, baby. Pow, over the fence, perfect. First off, before we get going, do a little ingredient shrine, pay a little respect to what we're gonna be working with today, okay? Garlic powder, ground cumin, dried rosemary. This one's from the Gagnon medicinal grade. A lot of folks get tripped up with that whole medicinal grade thing. It just means it's good quality. And then we have some dried coriander seed that I've already turned the rosemary and the coriander into celery salt. Big fan. Little good old Tabasco. Probably the world's most famous hot sauce. Little Tabasco. Little maple syrup. Little scooch of Dijon Mustard. We have some Miso Master red miso. Look in your refrigerated section of your decent supermarket. You'd be surprised. Everyone's got the Miso Master, and it's actually good stuff. And then we got our wild card. You might not need to do it, but maybe you will. Dried cranberry powder. I took some whole cranberries and I dehydrated them, and we got little cranberry powder. Okay, optional. You can use dried sumac as a replacement. 3.5 pounds of meat. Beef, we got a nice little lean eye round or whatever the heck they call it. Venison, hunted successfully this year, and it's a nice little piece of meat, naturally lean, super delicious, makes a great jerky as well. So let's make a little jerky. Little jerky. Jerky. All right, well, that's our shrine. We don't need to go over anything crazy today. Let's just get into the jerky. I mean, what do we got over here? What do we got? What do we got? All right, let's get right to it. We'll start off by making our marinade. So I got my bowl on here. Boop, 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 boop. Right down the line. Rosemary, I said 1 tablespoon. We're gonna go with a teaspoon. No, we're gonna go with 2 teaspoons of dried rosemary powder. Next up, we're gonna do 80 grams of maple syrup. Whoa, Nelly. Real. All right, look, Brad, we're probably looking at, okay, 76. Let's go to 90. I don't give a shit. 91 grams, probably about a 1/2 cup maple syrup. Next, right down the line, garlic powder. You can mince up fresh if you wanted to, I guess, but I don't know, I'm a sucker for garlic powder, and in this application, it kind of works perfect. We're looking at, what, 12 grams, 2 tablespoons garlic powder. Cranberry powder, we're gonna do about a tablespoon right there, boom, 7 grams. Wow, you're gonna wanna shop for about 7 grams. If you don't have it, don't use it, or you can use dried sumac, would work great. Similar kind of properties, right? It's tangy, it's red, should actually work quite nice with it. All right, right down the line. Let's do 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin. Coriander, same thing. Do a nice teaspoon of ground coriander. Healthy teaspoon. 1.5 teaspoons. Might have been a tablespoon. Celery salt. I just absolutely love celery salt. There's something about it, man. It reminds me of like Old Bay or just deliciousness. But it gives you that little, what the heck is going on? Oh, it's celery salt. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon. Say 2 tablespoons of Tabasco or your favorite hot sauce. Red miso paste. 1 scientific tablespoon right there. And then lastly, salt. 10 grams. Teaspoon. Dijon mustard. That looks good. I wanna lick it right in there. All right, let's just do a little hint, a little whisper. Oh, if you don't like Dijon mustard, whatever. What we're gonna do now is whisk that all together. Oh, bye-bye. It's a pretty thick marinade, all right? It's a nice, like a rub almost. I want it to coat it all over quite nicely. Sometimes I'll even give it a little splash of water. I know we're gonna be dehydrating it. So what I'm gonna do is just add 2 tablespoons of water just to loosen it up a little bit. All those flavors just kind of do really magical things coming together with that sweetness over there, a little spicy. And then to me, that's what jerky should have, is a little roller coaster of flavor. As that's done, our marinade, our base, we're gonna trim up the meat. When this is all done and trimmed up, it'll be about 3.5 pounds of meat. Like I said, on that beef, any of those big pieces of fat, we're gonna go ahead and trim right off. Fat is not your friend. It goes rancid, doesn't really dry well. That's why I like buying super lean, very granular types of meat like that. Big grain, something you wouldn't want to cook as a steak. It's a roast, you can make stew or something like that. And it's relatively cheaper, but you want to get any of that stuff that you would leave on during a braise or something like that and trim it right off. Feed it to the dog, man. Like when you go to dry that little silver skin, that sinew, it doesn't chew, it doesn't eat well. When it's sitting on there, especially with the venison, anything for that matter, look at that. I mean, it's like, they call it silver skin, but it's tough, and you want to make sure you want to get that off, okay? And then cut into nice little thin slices. I like to do about 1/8 inch thin. I like going against the grain, but I also like going with it too. I don't mind it when it gets like stringy. Unlike a steak where I would never do that, I don't mind it with a jerky because it's gonna be kind of tough anyway. I don't mind that little stringiness. I kind of like it. Now we're gonna mix it all together. Just kind of massaging it onto it. Using your fingers, I find really works best is the hands to be able to get in there and make sure that the meat is really nice and covered evenly. And just something I didn't add earlier, I kind of forgot, tablespoon of ground black pepper. Not a tablespoon, say it's about a teaspoon. Just a bunch of good cranks in there. Gotta have a little black pepper. In this recipe, I mean, listen, if you want your beef jerky to taste like candy and you won't even be able to taste that it's beef or whatever kind of meat it is, you might want to double the marinade on this. I like the flavor of the meat. I just like little subtleties, little nuances to come out. Little hint of the cranberry, the rosemary, the salt, the maple syrup. Subtleties that come together that make a real flavor, not a masking, overwhelming thing. If that's what you want, it's fine, but this is how I really like it. And from here, we're gonna pop it right into the fridge. And like I said, let it sit for about 2 to 3 days. Stirring it, mixing it up every day, allowing all those flavors to kind of meld and do beautiful things on the meat. The sodium to penetrate through. We got our jerky sitting on the marinade for about 48 hours, about 2 days. Now we're gonna put it in the dehydrator. I got my tried and true over here. The little Brood & Taylor, the Sahara 7000 foldable dehydrator. Look at this, boom. Cute, forget about it. Yeah, we get it. Let's get it on our trays. That's what you want. Flavor all the way through. And very important, when you lay it out, you don't want them to be touching. You wanna make sure that it's not folded up, it's opened up, all right? Full exposure. And look, you can really see how that beef just really took all the seasoning, just kind of took it all the way through. And as they're loaded up, again, not touching, we're gonna throw them right in the dehydrator. That's what I love about making jerky too. It's just, kids love it, everyone loves it, shelf stable, easy to store. All right, we got our last tray loaded up. Let's pop it in the dehydrator and we're gonna let it go. I just crank the time over all the way to let it go and I just keep an eye on it. Set it and forget it. I gotta clean up, I gotta do dishes. Jerky is done. When it comes to when this is going to be done, again, it is really gonna be determined on your dehydrator. Temperature you set it at, I recommend, and we're doing 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, how thick the meat is. If it's super thick, it's obviously gonna take longer. Or if your marinade was super, super wet, that's gonna take longer to dry it out. Ours was a rather drier rub, anticipating about 4 or 5 hours to make this done. You don't want it to be turning into sawdust. You don't want it to be raw. Everyone has their own personal preferences. So keep an eye on it, and once you pull it out and let it rehydrate in the air or in a bag or something a little bit, even if it's a little bit overdone, it'll come back a little bit. So let's check out where we're at. Oh yeah, well, smells good. There it is. I mean, this looks pretty good. Looks a little, I mean, it really thinned out. It's a little dry, but I think when we put it in the bag, it'll be just fine. I kind of like it on the drier side a little bit. I mean, I can get into both. What I'm gonna do is take these off the trays while they're hot, a lot easier to do, and we'll throw it into either, a container with a lid or a Ziploc bag or something like that. And you can really see, look, this is the one where it had with the grain, right? And it gets that stringiness, which I kind of like in jerky, as opposed to here, which was against the grain. And that's it, man. Beef jerky, easy to do. This stuff will last for weeks, months, if stored properly. Do it in a jar. I'm gonna use a little airtight container. Before we go packing all this up, we're gonna have a little taste here. It's a little drier than I would normally bring it. Not bad. I mean, it's bending, not exactly snapping, but it is a little, I would probably go an hour less, but I think it was about 5, 6 hours. I kind of fell asleep a little bit. Probably dial it back to maybe 4.5. It's all good. A little bit of sweet, spicy, a little tangy. That little miso gives it a little bit of umami, right? But it's still, you can taste the beef, which is by intention. This was a nice piece of meat, and I like the taste of it. So I think it really came out phenomenal. What I really like is the coarseness of the coriander seed and that dried rosemary. Every now and then you get a little bite of it where it brings that like kind of floral pininess to it. And it's just really, really delightful. Easy to eat. Easy to pack up, bring it down the road, little road trip, bring it on the airplane, you don't smell. You sit down next to someone on an airplane, they got a freaking Big Mac. I get it, we all need a little protein in the air, but I'm not trying to smell that. You show up with a little baggie of this, little movie, little go. Oh, you downloaded a bunch of local legends and making it, so you shouldn't have. Watch it on the TV. Watch it on the old, Jesus Christ. Just a really, really simple, easy jerky recipe. You can apply it to anything like venison. We use beef. I've done it with lamb before. Fool around, jerky's fun. Good for the kids, good for the family. Everyone loves a little jerky, good to have. We'll pack this up. I like doing it right in a little Ziploc, all right? This is a great little thing. Jerky, baby. People have been drying meat for what? Thousands. 12 million years. 55 million, 150 million years. People have been drying beef. Now we're doing it, huh? It's in our DNA. Killing animals, drying them, and eating them. The circle of life. Yeah! Best outro I ever did in my life.